Yo, this is your boy Phenomenal Flows, aka the 4-bar Assassin. I'm sitting sideways because I'm still a little under the weather, but thanks to my trusty sidekick, Lenny the Pooping Rabbit, I'm okay now. I'm okay now. I beat COVID, and this was dreamt before I was here. Pay attention because, 4-bar Assassin may repeat himself, but he has phenomenal flows. Okay? So my mom was born in 1946. Her mom was born in 1926. I don't know when my granddad was born, so that's as early as I can remember. But I'm sure it goes back past then because I am left-handed. I can't see my hand, but I am left-handed. And doing some research with the great people at, the grill has enabled me to find my, as you know, Jay Z would say, my genius level talent. So, you know, now we're going back to the 1920 pandemic. Okay? 6 years before my grandmother was born. We're talking all wives' tales here. So maybe you believe it like my family, or maybe you don't. But we've all been here before. Everybody loves grandparents, right? So we're at 1920. But somebody had to be before me in 1920, right? Yes, in Harlem. Somebody from my family was here eating chicken and waffles at a place like the Cotton Club, or Small's Paradise, I believe. Somebody from my family. Again, this is phenomenal flow. Somebody's been here before. I have been here before, but there have been people before me. So now let's call it, to be conservative, 1900. So now we can take it back to jazz, hip hop. I believe we still go before then, but now we're talking people like Scott Joplin or Chaplin. I need to do the research, but this is YouTube baby, Raz and Jazz Sports, subtitled The COVID Chronicles, with Lenny the Pooping Rabbit. And if you don't believe I found my Jesus level talent, then you will not believe I've been here before 1900. But if you believe like I believe, that means I was thought about at least 121 years ago. And that's phenomenal. Yes? So I can keep going. I want to do at least 30 minutes. 9:23. So let's give a few people a shout out along the way that has encouraged me. And we could do this on some website, but that feels forced to me. Maybe I'll consult my team. I'm building a PR team because you need PR. You need public relations. Have people, plenty of people that know about that, but I'm starting with number one. And number one, since like at least 1900, at least. See, all of these people are part of the Purple Army. And again, if you believe, like I believe, people from the Purple Army have been here since at least 1900. So that means Yvette and I have been thought about at the earliest 1921. Excuse me, 1920. 1900. Excuse me, Phenomenal Flows does make mistakes. 121 years Yvette and I have at least been thought about, right? She has a genius level talent in PR that's greater than mine. Yvette knows, sure. I've emailed her this morning. So when she hits me up at any time, I will leave to seek her wisdom. Understood? So we're trying to go 30 minutes. But Yvette knows, sure, controls that because if she comes in thus like the 15-minute mark and she wants to see what the heck I'm doing, I got you, right? If she comes in at the 30-minute mark and she says, keep going, I got you. If she comes in at the 1 hour mark and she wants to see what's going on, I got you. I think we said 1 hour. So now we're at 10:30. PIX Channel 7. They started the new year with their 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10. Their seventh hour. That's pretty phenomenal, right? I am phenomenal flows. I can count since for at least 121 years what a phenomenal flow is. PIX has a phenomenal flow. Let's go to GMA on channel 7. What the people over there, they're down with the mouse. If you see anything I posted, the mouse is very important to me from a financial standpoint because we believe since at least 1900, black empowerment, black financial empowerment is the key to success. I believe we believe that since at least 1900, because, but then we're definitely going to be before that, right? Because we got freed in 1865, but some people were free before 1865. So let's take that back 1 year. So now in 1864, right? 1864, 1964, 64 to now, 70, 74 is born, 84, 10, 94, 20, 2004, 30, 2024. Almost 37 years of phenomenal flows, but that's not right. We started at 1864, so that's 100. 1864, 110. Now we're doing it right. 120, 130, 140, 150, 166 years. So now, going back to 1864, Mr. Phenomenal Flows has been here at least that many years. But of the two people that's watching, I am the Phenomenal Flower. This is my COVID Chronicles. I lay here today searching for a pill called Eloquist that's magical, but I have some backup magic in the form of Tylenol. If we can't find that, but I mean, I got people coming. I got an army. Visiting nurses are supposed to be coming. So, another caveat. If I hear a knock at the door, that's probably a visiting nurse or someone with a package that hopefully has the magical eloquence in it. I do believe the magical eloquence is here somewhere. So when this ends, I will look for it here. Because, again, when I began this journey in at least 1864, someone was smart enough to think of eloquence. 1864, right? It's only two of you here, but you can rewatch this. I hope the two is kids, because the kids tell their parents, kids tell other kids, kids play Ring Around the Rosie with me to help save me, with Lenny the Pooping Rabbit. So maybe there's one kid and one monster. I'm trying to think who's more important here. Bear with me. Nobody is above the Purple Army, not even me. The Purple Army protects me with my trusty sidekick, the inanimate object, Lenny the Pooping Rabbit. Okay? So Phenomenal Flows is 13 minutes in. Not not yet. YouTube is asking me if I'm done. So once again, another Jay-Z line. He's been around since at least 1864, but he's a billionaire. Would it be? So that's easier to understand his success because he's a doer. And although I am doing now, and I hope to do the best around the world with people like Tesla, since 1864, and now we're getting into stock market tips, public stock market tips from 1864. The Purple Army have been here since at least then, right? We're back at 1864. My trusty sidekick, Lenny the Pooping Rabbit, is here somewhere. He hasn't made an appearance yet, but trust me, Lenny has to use his magical pooping. But, yes, I said but. Kitties, but is not a bad word. You're a person, so you you as a person are greater than Lenny the Pooping Rabbit. But since there's only one of you here, Lenny the Pooping Rabbit is part of the Purple Army, and he could save me, right? COVID Chronicles since at least 1864 with this burnt orange shirt on, these COVID glasses, my mask, me and Lenny the Pooping Rabbit since at least 1864. So now we're 15 minutes in. Welcome, Lenny the Pooping Rabbit. There were two people here. Somebody gave up on me, but I welcome you to take a chance on me as I hear a train passing by. We have taken Lenny the Pooping Rabbit by car, but we have not yet taken Lenny the Pooping Rabbit by anything more than a car. See, Lenny the Pooping Rabbit likes to fake you out. He he fakes you out like he's uncomfortable, but he's friendly. So then he sees a unfamiliar face, and he lets the pooping gun go. Now Lenny can't control the pooping gun since at least 1864. But maybe I'm wrong on that. But through my research so far, and again, I've been working at the grill since I've been freelancing at the grill since at least 1864. We keep going back to 1864. And if you are at least one person from the Purple Army has joined me. So we now have Lenny the Pooping Rabbit, one other person, and me. And I truly hope that other person with Lenny the Pooping Rabbit is someone like my mom, because purple is code for my mom. Okay? Since at least 1864. So we could take a look back another 20, because somebody related to my mom has been here since at least 1844. So now we're getting into 200 years of history. So right now it's at least 1844 with Lenny the Pooping Rabbit and my mom. And I am number 3 in all of that, Mr. Phenomenal Flows, as we get to the 18-minute mark. I'm Rajin Jazz Sports, sub-channel COVID Chronicles. And again, this is all about I beat it. And we're not trying to get cocky here. There's science behind this. Since at least 1844. Was there another pandemic in 1844? I don't know. But my trusty sidekick Lenny, my mom, at least, and she has a purple G on her chest to identify herself. This is the least I know. We're at the 20-minute mark and almost. We're not going to count it down. So somebody left Lenny the Pooping Rabbit, and that's fine. My mom knows him. She believes him. She's seen him since at least 1844. So the God in her knows this to be true. Okay? But let's go back even further. Unless my mother was immaculately conceived, which is possible, my mom had to have a mom. And we're going through this line because I'm a boy child. But if you feel more comfortable doing this because you're a girl dad, feel free. Again, my mom with Mr. Phenomenal Flows is a boy mom, but if you feel more comfortable with a girl dad, like anybody from the Purple Army, we're talking Kobe, rest in peace. We're talking GLS, rest in peace. We're talking Wilt Chamberlain, rest in peace. And as you listen to my phenomenal flows, you know I know what I'm talking about. So that's confirmation that I have been here before since at least 24 with Lenny the Pooping Rabbit. But again, unless my mother was immaculately conceived in 1824, which she could have been, we're going back another 20 years. So now we're at 1804. Black people, some of us were free in 1804, but when people say we were the slaves that built this country, that was at least since 1492, right? So 1492, 1592, 1692, 1792, 1892, 1992, and another 19 makes what? Let's do it again, counting backwards. 2021, 1921, 1821, 1801, 320 years. So now we're at 320 years. But again, some of this is repetitive because history repeats itself. So unless my mom, and maybe we should do 15 because we're at the age and time, excuse me, a little COVID tear come down or fatigue tear. Yeah, COVID causes fatigue, so a little fatigue tear. Nothing Lenny the pooping rabbit can't handle. And my mom. So unless my mom was immaculately conceived in 1800, and eventually if you're Christian, we're gonna go back to Mary. If you're another religion, I need a name for us to go back to Mary, and that's 1800. But so far we're 24 minutes in, and we're back at 1800, phenomenally flowing. Again, I am. This is your Raz and Jet Sports presents the COVID Chronicles. I am the four-bar assassin, aka the COVID storyteller, co-leader with Lenny the Pooping Rabbit and my mom of the Purple Army. So again, we went over people that you know. that are down with the Purple Army. We know the NBA did not start in 1800. We know other racist sports may have started in 1800. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. I missed the phenomenal flow. I make mistakes. Way back at 1492, 1492, 1592, 1692, 1792, 1892, 1992, and 19. So we're at least 619 years in. Hey Eva, if you're here listening to this, we're 26 minutes in. And again, whenever you're sorry, lift my glasses up so I can see something. Okay, you see my big eyes? My mom had them. I believe somebody in 1800 had them. But for the cover COVID Chronicles, because this is a celebration, I took out my COVID glasses, my magical COVID glasses with plenty the pooping rabbit. So now we're 27 minutes in, and we're at 1800. So let's be repetitive. Unless Lenny the magical pooping rabbit was conceived in 1492. My mom had to be conceived. Let's go 1478. So, we're going back in biblical times. We're at 1472, I believe. No, we're at 1478. 14 years. But again, unless my mom was conceived in 1478, she goes back 14 years. So now we're at 1464, right? And you know the drill, this is repetitive. And unless my mom was conceived in 1464, Mr. Phenomenal Souls goes back to 1450. We know at least Lenny the Pooping Rabbit is here. I don't see him, but he uses his magical poop since 1450, y'all. We're going back in time. We got 1450. There's a train going by. All of this stuff has been conceived in somebody's imagination since at least 1450. But wait, unless my mom was conceived in 1450, we go back to 1436, right? And unless my mom was conceived in 1436, we go back to 1422. Unless my mom was conceived in 1422, we go back to 1408. We about to hit the 1300s, y'all. We're going back. And again, I missed the phenomenal flows. We're about to hit the 30-minute mark in 30 seconds, but I'm gonna keep flowing. I just need help with Lenny's magical pooping gun. Let's say we were back at 1400. So unless Lenny the pooping gun was conceived in 1400, Equal back 14 years. So now we're in 1386, and again, it is written, it is proven that we have been here since at least 1376. And when I say we, the people of the Purple Army, part of the Black Lives Matters movement since at least 1376. I mean, we're 400 years before this country was built. 1776, 1376. But wait, unless my mom was conceived in 1376, we go back another 14. So now we're at 1362. Unless my mom was immaculately conceived in 1462, we go back to 1348. And the math with 10 would be easier. So let's do that. Let's say we're at 13. So now we hold up the 1, which is December 1376. Was immaculately conceived. 1366. There are 2 people here now who are back at 1366. Somebody left now. It's peeped in. Is Phenomenal Flow still going on? Yeah, it's worth the 31-minute mark. You've got Lenny the Pooping Rabbit and I. Way back in 1376. 1376. Once my mom was immaculately created. 1356. 1346. 1336. 1326. 1316. 1306. Now we get the 1200s. Still following me? Lenny the Pooping Rabbit is still here. 1276. 1286. 1276. 1266. 1256. 1246. 1236. 1226. 1216. 1206. Now we're back in the 1100s. This is a history lesson, y'all. And we're going to go back to Africa. And we're going to go forward to Africa. We're trying to choose between a COVID trip to Morocco for 8 weeks. In the NBA bubble, we need the wisdom of Yvette Noel Shore. And if you're here, besides Lenny the Pooping Rabbit, yours is the wisdom I seek. Okay? Would you keep listening if that one person is you? Or that second person is you? Because we're with Lenny the Pooping Rabbit and I. And I'm going to get a little bit up because I'm getting excited. So you're going to have the pleasure, calm down, of being on my life. 12